beginning of time.
Yeah, Reunited, I mean, their core five have been together for, I think, over 4 to 5 years now. It's really only Cruz that's a new addition, but the map drafting is underway. Impulse11 immediately vanquishes Temple of Anubis. No real surprise there. And Reunited takes out Nepal, so Reunited might have a hate for King of the Hill maps again. I'm not sure they ever lost it, but definitely opening up with the Nepal ban is sending a message.
It is
in one
not
form or
their
another.
favorite. Also, yeah, they'll just take out Lijiang as well.
Down goes Lijiang, so Hex, we might not be seeing King of the Hill in this game.
Well, the good thing for us is that Route 66 is not King of the Hill. So Impulse taking the more traditional route of just banning out the control point maps. Of course, those are not very favored right now in the Overwatch competitive scene. Often used to just try to cheese a map off a team that you might feel is a little better than you. We don't see it very often. I think grand total, we've seen maybe 6-7 matches in the entire Overwatch competitive scene in control points, so not a surprise there. It'll be surprising to see what Reunited bans out next. Maybe Ilios. There goes Ilios.
So with 6 bans, we have vanquished every single capture point in King of the Hill maps. So I hope you like payload, because we're getting 3 payload maps potentially in this next set.
Yeah, let's just get the timers ready here to be doing some payload timing. One can hope for Route 66, though. Still the last bastion of hope for something new and interesting in this map pool, but so far kind of going the way we predicted. Reunited does not like King of the Hill.
I actually think Reunited might ban out Route 66 here, just because I don't think they had the greatest showing on it yesterday, and they might not be familiar with it. So Reunited might be party poopers and take out 66. I hope not.
Yeah. But I mean,
I would really not be surprised to see 66 be the next ban here, or Gibraltar.
Yeah, they did lose on Route 66 yesterday. Dorado is banned out by Impulse. Gibraltar goes out by Reunited. Good call.
So wait, if Impulse11 doesn't ban 66, 66 is going to be in this map pool.
Yep, and then it's going to be about taking it to third map, so we definitely get to see it. Come on, Impulse. You're young. You can be fan favorites.
Impulse, don't. No!
Oh, no! Why?
11 takes out 66.
Ah, you're the worst. All right, so our map pool is now Hollywood, Kings Row, and Numbani. We're banning out the last 2 to figure out where we're going to first. So yeah, we saw Hollywood and Kings Row already today. Maybe we'll be going to Numbani, but they are kind of the standard payload maps, even though they're very different. Each map kind of has its own meta. We definitely won't be going to Numbani first, so we're going to either Hollywood or Kings Row. Very different climates.
Hex, not like this, man. Not like this.
Kings Row.
Not like this.
What? Come on,
so Kings Row is going to be the map.
Kings Row is great.
I'm a little salty. That was a tease in the end. We were so close.
I just think it's bad marketing for Impulse11. If they plan to stay as a team like this, they could have gotten a lot of fans really early by just leaving Route 66 in the map pool. But I suppose they're not.
Not Route 66. They might truly be the villains now.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We are going back to Kings Row. I like Kings Row. We'll see if a team is able to pull off the Junkrat strategy, which has dominated that side of the map, and some teams aren't even running it, and we've seen that, maybe not work out in their favor. See some brawls in the streets. I imagine we'll see some Pharah. Let's jump into it, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Reunited decides to run here. Reunited, of course, was saying screw it and was running double orb all the time on defense prior to this latest patch. We'll see what they decide to run here today against Impulse11.
Yeah, definitely Reunited has got to be the favorites here. They've, like we mentioned, they've been together since the beginning of time, formerly branded under Fnatic early on in Overwatch. That relationship came to an end. They started their own deal. They're very excited to be under their own brand as Reunited GG. The results have been up and down for them. Down when they were trying out new people on their roster. They've been up recently with the addition of Cruz, who is actually now married to the roster. He is an official part of the roster. Congrats on Cruz. So definitely they're going to have more cohesion than Impulse11 for sure, but Impulse11 has some players on it. And like you mentioned, IDDQD, the player, not the team, has been playing extremely well for them so far today.
Yeah, I mean, he's carrying on the IDDQD legacy. People are sort of see IDDQD as synonymous with greatness right now. And as an individual player with the name IDDQD, he hasn't been disappointing given what we saw from the McCree play in the last set.
Yeah, there was a moment, I think, a couple weeks ago when IDDQD couldn't get Mendo logged in, and they were going to have the player IDDQD sub for their team. And I was like, oh, God, what a nightmare that would be to cast. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really, really hope IDDQD never joins IDDQD. Or hopefully by that point, IDDQD is sponsored by someone, because that would just be terrible. And now for the IDDQD side, we have IDDQD shooting people. I don't even want to imagine that nightmare. It's bad enough that we've had to get used to saying the phrase IDDQD so often anyways. It's so many syllables.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of rolls off the tongue now. Now I've said it so often, it's just my brain goes into autopilot and just spits it out. So it's not too bad. All right, so we are finally getting
Yep.
into map here. My client looks like it might be a little lockup. If you want to experience the greatness that is the beta of Overwatch, go ahead and enter our giveaway from G2A. That is exclamation point G2A. Don't throw all the deets. We'll be giving away a copy for every tournament we're running, which is twice a weekend. Make sure you sign up for that. I'm going to log back in here.
All right, I will get you back in because I thought I was freezing, and then at the last moment, the game reached out to me and saved me. But taking a look at the defense here, coming out for the Impulse11 side, we're going to have Likely on the Mercy, Hysterica on the Symmetra, Clever on Lucio, Zebosai on Junkrat, Nevix on Soldier 76, and IDDQD routing things out on McCree.
Yeah, and I am back in immediately. So I will read off the offense for you if it stays this way. Good to see the Junkrat on defense, though. Junkrat and 76 are great on defense here. If Clever gets that shield up over their hitscan classes, they're going to be tough to deal with. Offensively, they're going to attempt to deal with that with Winghaven, of course, on Reinhardt. They're going to run the Hanzo strat, so I'm going to hold off on this, I think. I feel confident in this. At some point, Winghaven will be playing Reinhardt, and Balutaja will be playing McCree.
I think REUNITED is learning after getting wrecked by IDDQD's Hanzo, where Unfixed got hit. They're just like, you know what? If that can happen to us, we can make that happen to anyone, so we're going to run it too. And take a look here. People are still exposed. They're not really taking the most defensive posturing
well, I guess
on the defense here, so
they were bluffing,
simple geometry could be in play,
yeah,
but
they were bluffing.
in fact, no, they're not staying with
actually
it.
running it. Too Easy is going to be on a sniper, just the one with a gun on Widowmaker. Morte will be on Mercy. He'll be following Unfixed on Farah, and Cruz will be playing Lucio.
Yep, so taking a look here. Too Easy looking for those pickoffs early on. We've seen Too Easy get a lot more value off his Widowmaker in recent times. And Zebosai, though, going to get first kill on Junkrat. He's been playing a really, really strong Junkrat since we saw him in the last map. But he's not in the alley. He's played last map in the alley. Now he's a little bit further back by the Reinhardt.
No, that alley's kind of hard to hold by yourself. It's just that Puppy makes it look very easy when he does so.
Look at those cool bank shots coming off there. Hitting that at the right angle to send it into the Reinhardt. Good stuff coming up from Zebosai. And so far, a bloodless... I mean, there was one kill by Zebosai, but a relatively blood-free game so far.
Yeah.
IDDQD, though, able to take out Unfixed as I say that. So one kill person down for REUNITED as REUNITED tries to push in. And REUNITED not operating with the greatest amount of haste right now.
Yeah, I mean, still kind of waiting for this pick to open things up from Too Easy. He's getting a lot of shots off, just no kills as of yet.
Yeah, we see Too Easy. He's looking for those pickoffs. He's going to grapple over here. Has good positioning now. Has the Mercy in his sights. Looking for the kill. Hits the Junkrat once. Can he get the second hit? No, he does not get the second hit. Too Easy was close, but will not get it just yet. Is going to have to back out a bit.
Yeah,
IDDQD going to take out Winghaven. Finally, though, pick on Clever. So both teams without a Reinhardt as REUNITED moves forward here. Too Easy finally gets a pick on Likely. That's going to stop the Resurrect. And now REUNITED able to move forward here with a bit of haste.
Yeah, well, sniping becomes much easier when that shield is out of the way. Cruz actually picks up another pick, too.
We have a tire coming up from Zebosai here. Zebosai, the tire's going to go down to Balutaja. Balutaja, with the stun over the Reinhardt, is going to get that pick, but will die himself. And the Resurrect coming up from the defense, so defense not giving up just yet. Earthshatter coming down from Winghaven, trying to hold on to this. 4 kills total for REUNITED off that, so they're going to hold on here. But hold the door. Nevix, the last survivor, the last member of Impulse11 towards the back, trying to hang on here, buy a bit of time. He will buy some time, but he'll go down in the end, and the payload now going to be moving for the REUNITED side.
Yeah, they eventually get the pick there. Unfixed, actually. Nice couple kills there. That should give them some good momentum if they want to move forward. I don't feel they have the composition to really pressure too far forward, especially with this Widow just coming up now. So it is going to be a defense on the first bend in the streets here, coming out from Impulse. Actually, they might retreat out of that, too.
Yeah, Impulse deciding to go a little bit further back here as opposed to staying too deep just yet. Oftentimes, a street defense you can play multiple ways. Some teams will go very far in, other teams will defend further back. And we'll see if Impulse can sort of stabilize and solidify here, because street phase is where you need to make a lot of your time on this map.
Yeah, but huge advantage as far as ultimates go for the offense, too.
Oh, Too Easy comes in from the flank. It's 2 picks off his fair. Goes down to IDDQD, but the damage is done. 2 kills there, 2 kills from IDDQD, so Deadeye coming up, but no, Too Easy off the Resurrect is able to rocket him in the back. And Reunited now moving with, again, incredible haste through the streets phase. And if they can push up a little bit forward, they might make some very good time indeed.
Yeah, they're just going to throw some rockets down here. Winghaven's going to set up around the corner, throw some fire strikes. They're just going to spam it down. They don't have the mercy of her damage boosting anyone, though, so it's going to be kind of a soft hold, but I think they're going to be able to get the second point.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving forward. I'm not sure if the defensive Impulse11 is going to get back here in time, and it does not. That is 6:30 on the time after they cap it, so a very fast time coming out here from Reunited after a little bit of a shaky start where they had trouble getting through the defensive spam of Impulse11. They are moving forward here very quickly. Crew's able to take out Clever. One quick kill for Reunited. Voltage with the Deadeye. Double kill. Mid-air by 2easy. Takes out Likely. Voltage with a triple kill overall. And that is a absolute offensive stomping coming up from Reunited. And now they're on pace to potentially finish out the map on this next push.
Full team wipes, that great coordination. Earthshatter came down. They get High Noon off of it immediately. 2easy hiding as Farah underneath here.
Yep, good shots coming up from Voltaja here. Voltaja looking for the pickoffs if possible. Unfixing Zebasai going to trade off. Some life coming out. Impulse11, 2 defensive kills for them so far. They need to get on top of the payload. They can't give things up. Both teams trading back and forth. They do have the Resurrect coming out of Morte there. Going to bring up many of the fallen heroes for Reunited. Voltaja still on the prowl, looking for shots. Is going to have Deadeye up any second now. Might pop it as soon as he gets it. Just needs to hit one more shot. Do you see the defensive Graviton Surge coming out here? Here comes the Deadeye from Voltaja. Going to take out Nevix. Looking for the right, fan the hammer on the Clever, is going to get taken out. Earthshatter from Clever comes down, knocks down a whole bunch of the Reunited side. Zebosai.
Phenomenal.
Yep, Zebosai coming out.
Yeah, that Earthshatter into Barrage really saved the game. They needed to hit those 2 combos in a perfect sequence, and they did. Now they're actually somewhat stabilized on defense after that mess of a huge fight.
Now, 2easy still looking for picks on Zebosai here. Zebosai versus 2easy, but no, Zebosai with the juggle, able to take him out. So Zebosai, that's a big pick coming out from him. Reunited's going to have to wait for 2easy before they go forward here. So both teams restabilizing, setting up. Reunited still has to feel good about the time they've set so far, but they don't want to get, don't want to spend too much time here because that would be pretty terrible. Teams have been known to burn off minutes and minutes. Offensive Soundbear coming out. Earthshatter coming down as well is mitigated by the defensive Reinhardt shield. Voltage, though, takes out IDDQD in a McCree duel. Zebosai right now trying to make the most of things in the back. So far, a 6v5 in favor of Reunited. Voltage able to take out Clever, so 6v4 now. 2easy in the back looking for picks. Voltage is just playing out of his mind right now, as I say, as he does.
Cursed him.
Yep. The Resurrect really helping turn things around here for the defensive side. Nevix fully charged up as Zarya, getting 2 kills towards the end, and helping to turn this back the other way. So despite a good opening for Reunited, they're not quite able to hang on in that push.
Yeah, an offensive Widow on last is an interesting call. 2easy is a very good Widow, but I'm not sure exactly what he's looking for here. Probably trying to take down Likely so they have the resurrection advantage.
These Zarya right clicks are doing a whole ton of damage, by the way. Zarya, her energy now starting to deplete a little bit, but she was fully charged for a while, and that is quite a bit of damage. IDDQD able to take out a fix, so 65 now in favor of Impulse11. They're moving back up. Clever on the charge, and Voltage is further back. He's going to get melted by Zarya, and all the kill feed going in favor of Impulse11 as they push out Reunited. Again, 2easy running for his life as Zarya going to melt him as well with the primary fire of the particle cannon. So, good hold from Impulse11. They're starting to find their defensive rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, after the big scrap at the end, now they've got defensive ultimates up. They're actually really... this is where we saw them hold well against Unknown as well.
Yeah, we might also be seeing Graviton Surge in the Deadeye combo here. IDDQD, look at where he's positioning. He's further in the back. He wants to creep over to the side. Here he comes. Graviton Surge might be coming out in a moment. Deadeye comes out, only gets 1 kill, but so far 5v5 on both teams. IDDQD able to go in and take out 2easy. Voltage with 2 kills, though, for the other side, but he's going to go down to IDDQD. IDDQD coming in around the back. There is a Resurrect from Morte, but look at this positioning from the Impulse right now. This is really good. They are surrounding and picking apart the Reunited offense.
Up now.
Yeah, I mean, 4 kills. That kill feed has been all in their favor. They do have a barrage up as well if they need it. Voltage does have a Deadeye up. Nothing to really combo it with right now. I don't know how they're actually going to break this. Winghaven does have his Earthshatter up, though. That could be changing the tides here momentarily.
Yeah, we've seen Winghaven hit some very good Earth Shatters in the past. We'll see if he can hit another good one today. But look at Zebosai. Zebosai off the speed boost, going to the back, drops the barrage. Not quite the most value lane barrage. I think it was a little bit forced. That being said, both teams down a player. Too easy going to tackle Clever. IDDQD takes up Wingham, so both teams without a Reinhardt. Zebosai throwing out some rockets as he runs back. Unfix goes down to IDDQD, but the Resurrect comes off from Morte. And here comes the offensive Reunited, a little bit reinvigorated.
Yeah, Too Easy was not getting value off of that Widowmaker. He changes to Reaper now. He does have a Death Blossom up.
Oh, that was a beautiful rocket coming out from Fix to take out IDDQD there. I'll note that Cruz wasn't able to use Sound Barrier. He died before getting it off. But the upside to that is that, look at the ultimate situation now for Reunited. They have Death Blossom, they have Deadeye, they have Sound Barrier. They can use all these ultimates as they go forward.
Yeah, this should be enough to really cap it off at the end, as there's not the defensive tools up. Graviton Surge could slow this down, though.
Yep, we do have Graviton Surge coming out. A three-person Deadeye comes out from Voltage at the end. Deadeye getting value, and that just... Sound Barrier not even required as Reunited going to finish out the map, but a good hold from Impulse at the end to really buy themselves a lot of time.
Yeah, they made it a much closer map than it would look like it was going to be. It seems like they're very comfortable so far as a team holding last point on King's Row, whereas before, if they have to defend on multiple angles, they look a little confused. Again, that's the coordination. But if they can focus on one area of defense, they can pull it together.
And I just want to say in general, as far as Reunited goes, Voltage, I mean, we've spoken very highly of his gameplay in the past, but he was playing incredibly well that game. I mean, the kill feed was effectively all Voltage at some point, so really excellent McCree play coming out from him.
Yeah, I mean, we're kicking it old school today all over the place, so why not just mention Valataja on McCree? He's been doing it since day one on McCree. One of the best hit scan and McCree players in the entirety of the Overwatch scene right now. Not surprising to see him go off.
Yep, so we are moving on to the next round. 8:41 is the time to beat. That is definitely not the quickest of times, so Impulse does have time to go here, but Reunited, if they've been taking pages out of IDDQD's book, the team, not the player, we'll see if they can hold up a very good defense on point A, because this is sort of, I feel like we always get in the situation where, hey, you know, they didn't have the quickest attack, but then the next team fails to even take point A. It's happened time and time again.
Yeah, a lot of good defense can come out and lock people out. This is a map that you can lock people out pretty easily on first point A. Well, maybe not easily. We've seen it happen a lot from some of the top teams able to really play defense strongly here. A lot of it does hinge on getting your teleporter up early enough to reinforce at the right times, and how well your Junkrat's going to be able to deny area 2. Those are tools that are going to be in the box for Reunited GG, as Unfixed will play Junkrat, Winghaven will play Reinhardt, Morte on a Zenyatta sighting, Too Easy will play the Symmetra, Valutaja, of course, on the McCree, and Cruz on Lucio.
Yep, defense coming out for Reunited. We'll see just how it holds. Good to see some Zenyatta play. After seeing games where people aren't using him at all, I do think Zenyatta still has a place in the game. People might actually be underusing him as a reaction to the nerf. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But taking a look at the offense coming out now from Impulse11, we have Nevix on the McCree, IDDQD on the Tracer, Clever on Reinhardt, Zebosai and Farah likely on Mercy, and Hysterica going to round things on Lucia. We don't always see a whole lot of Tracer on first point King's Row, so this is actually a little bit interesting coming out from the Impulse11 side.
Yeah, no, definitely not on King's Row 2. I think she's going to try to get to the back line. I think she's going to be on teleporter hunting duty. As soon as they hear that go down, if they do not get the first or second push, they're going to assume there's a teleporter up. I think they'll put her through the side room and go to the back lines and try to deal with that. Also, on a note on the Zenyatta, I think we're going to see him a little more on defense now after the nerfs, because it's great to really just shut down anyone who's trying to dive on you, discord them, focus them down. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I do think he will have a little bit more of a defensive presence, but I guess we'll see in any case. 8:41 is the time. The timer is in progress. And Impulse11 on the attack side now. So Nevix actually was going to go Widow, decided to switch off it to the McCree. So no early Widow picks here. Morte, though, able to take out Zebosai immediately. So good stuff coming out from Morte on the Zenyatta. Yeah,
it looks like the whole team is just going to hold this left side. Unfix is not in the upper position here, but he is kind of keeping an eye at least on the alley. Not the standard Junkrat position we've seen from other teams, but still kind of the same methodology, doing the same purpose.
And keep a look at IDDQD here as he looks to get to back his Tracer. I'm curious to see how he operates a Tracer on this map, because again, this hasn't been the map we've seen a lot of Tracer on, but he's getting some good harass on the Voltage to start things out. Has to be careful because of Voltage's aim. Will take out Morte for the first offensive kill of the game. And he's making it work right now.
Yeah, Unfixed doing his best to try to hold that top left side. He does take out Hysterica with a dirty bomb right there.
Yep, that being said, look at Voltage right now, regulating the offensive team almost single-handedly, getting the kill on the IDDQD, running over, getting good stun, firing off more damage. Voltage just absolutely playing out of his mind right now.
Shout out to one amongst many, an Overwatch content creator who's in our chat. He said, more like value, Taja. Am I right?
Value time. Well, he's certainly getting some good value here today, if nothing else. So, offensive Impulse11 trying to regroup here, looking to go back in. IDDQD now running to the back. Definitely has had more assets, more so than not. That being said, he's fighting Symmetra. Symmetra versus Tracer right now. Usually a winning battle for the Tracer in a lot of cases is going to take out Morte, but no, Too Easy surprises him with the orb. He did not keep that orb in mind, so Too Easy able to turn the odds in his favor. Takes out IDDQD. 5v5 thus far.
Yeah,
Winghaven able to take out Clever with the hammer to the gut. Nevix, High Noon takes out Baltaja. So a little bit back and forth. Nevix able to take out Winghaven. So Impulse11 starting to get a bit of momentum in their favor as we move forward. Offensive Resurrect is up as well from Likely.
Yeah, that teleporter is down. Tracer is in the backline trying to deal with it. She's killing people as they pop out of it. She goes down eventually to Baltaja.
Yeah, so taking a look at Nevix. We do have a defensive sound barrier coming up. Reunited not going quietly into that good night as they move forward. Trying to push out the attackers here. Nevix in the Hysterica though, able to pick up another 2 kills. Down goes Baltaja as well, so Baltaja being down, not the greatest omen for Reunited. Defensive Transcends is out. They want to hold this as long as possible. I'm not sure they can though. They have mostly supports left on the point. Zebosai with a double kill cleanup from above. Here comes Winghaven. Might be too late, but no, he's going to get on the point. He will immediately die as a result. But, so Reunited's able to stall it out. It's questionable if they want to do that. Sometimes maybe it costs them a bit of a streets defense, but maybe not. Baltaja able to take out IDDQD and at least put that a little bit more in the defense.
It was a support party on the point. Morte did have to pop a Transcendence there too, which was fine. Morte actually briefly switched off and now is back on the Zenyatta. So they toyed with changing that composition. Now, composition remains pretty similar also for the offense, although Nevix is going to be on an offensive Junkrats, which I don't think he was on earlier.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Nevix actually was on offensive Junkrat earlier, but in any case,
couple McCrees now for Reunited is Too Easy. So Too Easy is always on different heroes. Every time I look, Too Easy is on a different hero.
Too Easy definitely one of the more versatile players for the Reunited squad. Definitely the most flexible of the lot. Take a look here at the defense moving forward off Lucio speed boost. They're looking for the Earth Shatter, not able to get it just yet. He's hanging on to it. Seeing Clever a little bit far in front. Resurrect comes up, not going to resurrect some of the people on the team though. Earth Shatter comes down. IDDQD going to get charged against the wall. So there's the Earth Shatter. And take a look here at Clever, or Winghaven going even further in. Going to get taken out by Nevix though. Nice concussive mine into direct hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough way to go on the Resurrection though, because I thought that was one of their biggest disadvantages, that they're running a Mercy and the other team is not, so they can kind of do those types of plays and reinforce. Did not work out for them there, but they do have the wombo combo of Earth Shatter and Barrage up if they are able to set it up.
And so Clever for the offensive Impulse11 moving forward, looking to land this Earth Shatter if possible. Zebosai ready to combine with that with a Barrage if possible. That being said, Deadeye coming out from Baltaja, or no, coming out from Too Easy. Double kill for him. Nice Deadeye coming out from Too Easy. And this is this Del McCree comp that we've seen a few times in the past, and it's working out now for Reunited.
Yeah,
It's like forced habit. Yeah, anytime you see a McCree or Reunited use a Deadeye, you just assume it's Baltaja.
Well, he's got his Deadeye up now. Too Easy just got a ton of kills as well, so that's a pretty good clear. They did not use a Barrage. Nevix now switches onto Zarya, so Nevix doing a lot of hero switching as well.
Yeah, both teams trying to switch, gain an advantage for their side. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remain now for Impulse11 as they try and take away King's Row.
Look at Too Easy. He's up behind.
Yep, take a look at this. The Deadeye's up, going to take out Zebosai there. Meanwhile, taking a look at IDDQD for the offense. Moving forward, defensive Transcendence is out, going to limit some of his effect there. Too Easy takes out Likely. And Too Easy again, looking for this value on McCree, is going to get taken out by IDDQD. 2 kills extra for the defense, though, in the midst of all that. As again, Impulse11 trying to stay in there, but they are just losing players left, right, and center to attrition.
A very late offensive sound barrier on a discorded Lucio was not going to get a ton done. Now you're starting to see just kind of the discoordination caused by a team that just kind of formed maybe this morning. I don't even know, but they have not played yet together as a team in a tournament.
Yeah, so taking a look at this here, Reunited definitely stabilizing a bit. I think we could see a Junkrat tire soon. We definitely have a Deadeye on the table from Too Easy. Sound Bearer's up from Cruz, so they have the tools to hold on for this next defense here. We're just going to see what they do. The Junkrat span coming out from a fixed right now, and here comes the tire. The tire is out and on the way. Oh my goodness! The triple kill. Tire comes out from Unfixed. He read Impulse's 11 offense like a book and got rewarded. And as a result, Too Easy now gonna move in for the mop-up, gets a double kill as well, so good stuff coming out there.
Yeah, they soundbird and decided they just wanted to clean out the entire team. Not necessarily super useful, but it doesn't really matter. They clear out of the streets entirely, finished the full wipe, and staggered a couple deaths after that huge 4K.
Yeah, so taking a look here, Winghaven has Earthshatter up. 2 Deadeyes are up as well. That's a lot of zone control, because even if the Deadeye doesn't kill anything, you still have to respect it if you can't immediately kill the McCree. So watching Winghaven here, Winghaven looking for that Earthshatter, has to be careful of Clever's shield. But one Deadeye coming out here from Too Easy is going the Deadeye from the back, opens up a opportunity there. 4 kills for the defense, 5 kills. Resurrect comes out in the end, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Zebosai will take out Too Easy, but a lot of his teammates are dead here.
Yeah, Winghaven Unfixed getting some kills. Valtaja gets on the action. Zebo does put his name on the board, but for very little value. They're getting cleaned up again. Winghaven is going to be running forward, looking for any stragglers. There are none in the streets. They need to get together and make a coordinated push, but they don't even have the ultimates to really do much right now.
Well, time-wise, what's really hurting them here, too, is that there's only a minute 20 left on the clock. Even if they cap this next point, they would have to go through the last phase of King's Row, effectively unassailed, and I'm not sure Reunited is going to fold that badly against any team, even in this situation. So they go to the other side, coming in over the top. I think he maintains some degree of ult charge, so he will barrage up sooner rather than later. Is able to take out Morte. And see him looking for the picks. Able to get a double kill so far. Zelosai making something happen. Nevix with the Graviton Surge. Not sure if he got too much off that, but the momentum definitely in favor of Impulse11 as they move up here. Very close to getting the checkpoint. But their bigger issue is that they only have 49 seconds left on the overall play clock.
Yeah, they're playing with urgency that I think they could have played with before. I think a lot of times they would get discorded and play much more tentatively than they should have, waiting for the discord to wear off. But now with this combo actually coming in with a fire lid under them, they also have a barrage up too. This is going to be their last gasp. A lot of defensive ultimates to deal about though.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is utterly stacked with ultimates. I think even just using all those ultimates will be enough to stop. Defensive Transcendence is out, however. IDDQD takes out Too Easy. It's still a pretty big pick. Valtaja with the double kill. Dies, though, as a result. They go IDDQD for the offense. Moving forward is going to get the pick on Lucio, but looking at the time, there's only 13 seconds left, and this was not the decisive fight they needed to win the map. So, Reunited going to take the first map. Fairly decisively, although really got made very interesting at the end by Impulse11, so we'll see where Impulse11 brings us to next. Sadly, they banned out Route 66, so that is definitely not where we're going for a second map. Boo on them.
Not be getting our kicks on Route 66, unfortunately. Not yet.
There's always the semifinals.
Yeah, always that. I think if we do see IDDQD make the semis or the finals, that they will go to Route 66. I just, having talked to a couple of those guys recently, that I think they really like the map, and they played really well on it yesterday.
So, taking a look here, this is Play the Game coming out from Too Easy. Doesn't even look like a Deadeye is involved here, just good old-fashioned get in the back, fan the hammer, go, go, go. After you get the Mercy as well, a nice left click on the Mercy, so good stuff from Too Easy there.
I just loved how he looked down at the trap, like, what the, and then just shot the Mercy. Like, this is your fault somehow.
Man, there's nothing more infuriating in the game than getting caught in Junkrat trap, especially if Junkrat's nearby and he has a little giggle as well, just to twist the knife a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of two things, too. Like, one, I'm mad at myself because I should have seen it, and second time, like, the other time is when I'm mad at the game because sometimes it falls through the floor a little bit, and you can't really see it, and then it's when the real rage comes out.
Definitely. So, we are going to be waiting here for the map selection coming out now from Impulse11, losing the first map to Reunited. Reunited looking very, very strong on King's Row. So, we'll see if either of the two remaining maps can maybe change fortune for Impulse11.
Well, the winner of this match will be going on to face Mix-Up, formerly Not Enigma, formerly Mix-Up, now Luminosity Gaming, as they have beaten the Potato Crew 2-0. They are waiting in the semifinals for the winner of the match you are currently watching. The other side of the bracket, of course, IDDQD has moved on. They went 2-0. They are waiting in the semifinals as well to face off against the winner of either Quake Fortress or Gringos. Gringos up 1-0 in that, a team that has been in all of our tournaments. I'm so happy to see them moving on through brackets right now. And a little bit of a surprise is Quake Fortress is kind of everyone's like underdog sneaky pick. A lot of good players on there, but Gringos took a map off them already.
Yeah, so interesting stuff coming up from the top bracket. And this is where a thing where even if you think you know how things are going to go down in any given tournament, you never really know, because we've seen upsets all the time in Overwatch. It's a variance of the game. It's the fact that the teams get better from week to week. There's so many different factors, but the reality is that you think you know what's going to happen in a tournament, and then you don't really know until the game is played. Because, yeah, Quake Fortress dropping a map to Gringos, I would not have expected that going in.
The finals, they will go to. But yeah, like I said, I've always urged teams that even if you don't feel that your team is really up and ready for it, you need to be playing in these. These are free scrims for teams just trying to establish themselves. The experience is paying off, and now we're seeing it. Gringos has played with us for the last 5-6 weeks at the very least, just recalling back, because I remember their name always makes me chuckle a little bit. But now they're finally winning. They won in their round of 16, and now they're taking maps off teams like Quake Fortress. Really just an underdog story, but it's because they put in the time, they put in the work, they grind it through, and they're taking maps now.
So we're getting to our next map. It will be Hollywood. That is the choice of Impulse11 versus REUNITED here for map number 2. And here we go. Welcome to Hollywood.
Welcome to Hollywood. Quite the different atmosphere than Kings Row.
I love the little just a side polish in the game in terms of sound effects and all the rest. For most maps, it's traveling to so-and-so. But for Hollywood, it's a little bit more grand. It's welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the Hollywood nature. I love all the movie posters. I do mean to tweet. I'm going to tweet one of the designers if this is a reference to that horror movie I was talking about, Puppet Master. It's the only time I've ever seen it before, so maybe it's something beyond or earlier to that, but I need to get to the bottom of this, and I'm going to use Twitter to do so.
So, taking a look at the defense as it rolls out here for the Impulse11 side, we're going to have Clever on Lucio, Zebosai on the Junkrat, Nevix on Reaper, IDDQD on McCree, Likely on Mercy, and Hysterica on the Symmetra. Now, I'm actually curious. Yeah, Clever's going to switch out. I was going, wait a second, are they really going to run with that tank? Because Clever's been on Reinhardt, so he was only Lucio to speed up the Symmetra. Standard stuff, though, at this point.
Yeah, offensively, I mean, REUNITED is one of the easier teams to call. They don't switch up their heroes a lot. It seems like Winghaven will always play Reinhardt. Valitaja, of course, nearly always plays McCree. That's what they're queued up to now. Morte will be on Mercy. Cruz will be on Lucio. Too Easy is the usual wild card. He'll be playing Zarya to start off on offense, and on Fixed with the offensive Junkrat. The offensive Junkrat is actually kind of becoming a thing on this map, too, where they just toss bombs over the wall, really able to zone control.
Any map with a first capture control point, and we've seen more Junkrat just because people are a little bit more stacked up, and also helps make space for your team as you move in. Interesting stuff, though, from Too Easy. Too Easy on the Zarya, again, sort of showing a Too Easy playing almost everything at one point or another.
Yeah, he changes heroes more than anyone else in Overwatch. I feel comfortable saying that.
Oh, we see Zebosai laying down the spam as the offense rolls forward here. Nevix, where is Nevix at? Nevix is setting up in a standard Reaper flank position. You see this a lot where Reapers will, go into a corner, pick a corner, whatever it might be, waiting to go in. So Nevix here just waiting for his opportunity. Meanwhile, REUNITED moves forward, is able to get past the archway, checks the corner for the Reaper, who has now moved. Nevix not wanting to stay in there for too long. And so far, a relatively bloodless beginning as both teams sort of vie for positioning with their poking.
Yeah, but here comes the big fight.
Big fight is coming in. Winghaven coming in, swinging the hammer left and right at the other Reinhardt. Still, no one yet to die. Sorry, shield going on the Winghaven against Haven. IDDQD with the first blood in the game is able to take out Morte. Nevix coming in over the top, looking for the picks, but Earthshatter already up for Winghaven. Gonna knock down 3 members of the Impulse11 side, and now 4 kills for REUNITED as move forward. Offensive Sound Bearer is up. They do have a Resurrect coming up. We'll see if that's enough to turn the tide, but it might be too many people dead too quickly. Take a look here. Zebosai, though, getting back up. I think a tire's going to be coming out any moment. We've seen him get good value off this. The tire is on the way in. Oh my, is this going to be what he needs? No, it only takes out Winghaven. Winghaven got the shield up in time to prevent it from being a huge tire. Zebosai, though, 2 kills so far, able to at least stall up for a bit. That being said, while we're talking about tires, we have an unfixed Junkrat tire coming up, trying to zone out some of the remaining people as they come in onto the point, and it might not even get a kill here. Nope.
The anticlimactic tire. Both Deadeyes are up for Jesse McCree, the name of the cowboy here, but a good defensive positioning so far. After losing that first point, they have just gone to the rooftops. They're going to try to hold this with their hearts.
Yeah, they're going to hold this as well as they possibly can. We've seen teams put up some absolute gems of defensive showings on Hollywood streets. It's oftentimes one of the harder areas for teams to get through, so we'll see what REUNITED has up their sleeves to get through it. Too Easy on Pharah definitely seems to be part of it. We did see Too Easy on the Zarya a moment ago, so that is a switch up to the Pharah. Looking to get value off that. IDDQD, though, able to kill Voltaja in the McCree battle. Does have the Mercy pocketing him, so really boosting up IDDQD. Look at this, Too Easy versus Zebosai here in the back, and he's able to take him out after a mid-air rocket. So Too Easy starting to lead the way on top here. Looking for pickoffs. Getting good poking as well. Wants to take out IDDQD if he can. Nevix, though, comes in with the Death Blossom, is taken out after 1 kill, so not the highest value Death Blossom. Resurrect gonna bring Winghaven back up, so REUNITED keeping the offensive pressure going.
Yeah, they definitely got bullied off the roofs there. They were trying to hold it earlier with a Reaper against a Pharah, which is kind of weird.
And IDDQD just got crunched by Winghaven. Winghaven coming in, a lot of offensive momentum now coming out for REUNITED. Nothing flashy, just good solid mechanical play, good pickoffs, good counters to what Impulse11 was trying to go in, and yeah, good solid stuff at REUNITED thus far.
Yeah, they look unstoppable right now. IDDQD is going to look to get his, high noon off at some point and maybe slow them down, but so far nothing they've thrown against this offense has done anything like that.
And we see Nevix actually switching off the Reaper, was Reaper for a lot of the map, now on the 76. Both teams switching off kills there. 5v5 as REUNITED moves forward into this last phase of Hollywood. Too Easy moving up into the air, and I do think Nevix probably went 76 just to help with Too Easy's Pharah. 76, of course, really good at keeping the skies clear. But it's rough when the Pharah's getting pocketed because you have to have a lot of consistent damage to actually take out the Pharah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do. Maybe you can catch them on an off moment where they're still damage boosting, but that healing, that single target healing from Mercy is so high. Look at all of these ultimates up for offense.
Yeah, REUNITED fully stacked. Offensive Sound Barrier coming out. Barrage coming out. 1 kill for Too Easy. And look at that, Voltaja able to get double kills as well. Unfixed getting in the action with 2 kills of his own. And that is a full team wipe in favor of REUNITED as they move forward. And now they're just going to try and camp the spawn points and stop Impulse from even contesting the cart here.
Yeah, and even if they lose anyone, they've got their Resurrection in their back pocket too. There are some ultimates coming off for defense they're going to have to run in quickly as possible.
Yeah, Zebosai was looking for the barrage, but he was taken out by Unfixed. Unfixed with the on-point 76 play. Defense is coming out, though. IDDQD with 2 kills thus far on this push, able to really defend and solidify, so really good defense coming out here. We do see the Resurrect coming out from Morte, bringing up some fallen REUNITED heroes, but the momentum's still very much against them. IDDQD going the headshot Unfixed, looking for a few extra kills if he can get it.
Yeah, they're going to hold this, I think. I mean, it's getting very scrappy, very close, but they've got the players up. If Zebo can come back and maybe help take out Winghaven here, there it goes.
Yeah, Winghaven uses Earth Shatter, but wasn't enough, and they're going to hold on and buy themselves some very critical time. I mean, they did not want to lose the just there because that time would have been, I'm not going to say impossible, but it would have been very hard from the beat on the attacking run. So Impulse staying alive thus far.
Yeah, way to just kind of gut out a defense there. I mean, after getting absolutely wrecked with all those ultimates on offense, they knew if they could stabilize, they'd have the ultimate advantage, which they do now. Now they could hold for a pretty decent amount of time. It would not surprise me.
That's the thing. Look, Too Easy switching to the Widowmaker, choosing an interesting angle approach. Usually people approach from the bottom end, but here they're just approaching from the top end. Meanwhile, Justice reigns from above. 3 kills there for Zebosai. That's going to push back REUNITED.
That was a little bit too cute. They tried to come in on the left and get a high noon off and just maybe pop it before they got shot down, but Zebosai, aware of the angle of attack, he just barrages down that McCree, completely shuts it down, and they were able to hold on a couple of their defensive ultimates too.
Yeah, so good stuff coming from Zebosai. And Too Easy not able to get a whole ton of value on Widow on that particular attack. I think he didn't like what he saw coming up the middle, so he went up the other side, but things just did not quite work out for him there. Ultimate-wise, Ultimate's much more favorable for the defense side. We got Earth Shatter, Deadeye, and Resurrect on the table, waiting to use them. Offensive REUNITED is coming in, however, so...
Yeah, Too Easy did just pop his optical. He's got his legit wall hacks up now. He's going to be trying to get picks, but so far, not a ton of value off this Widowmaker switch.
Yep, Tactical Visor is up, Deadeye is up. So many ults up for the defense now. And Nevik's going to open up with the Tactical Visor. Earthshatter comes down, not getting as many people as he would have liked. Voltage with a quick kill on IDDQD. Zebo retaliating on the Valu. 2 kills for the defense, 1 kill advantage. And look at this, Zebosai with the great rockets is able to turn around. But look at that, off the res, Voltaja coming back and making his presence known with a triple kill. Now a quad kill for Voltaja. So the turnaround off the res and Morte is very real. And now REUNITED threatening to end the map once more.
Yeah, the big problem there was that Likely went down and was unable to really bring his team back to life. He actually might have burned his res somewhere in there. I didn't see it, but now there's a lot of pressure on the cart. Zebo does have barrage up if he can get out in time.
And Volataja being the hero right now, triple kill again. And wow, the turnaround is real. A nice play coming out for United towards the end, turning a bad situation to their advantage. And there you have it. That time was probably, what, maybe like 7.5 minutes, something like that?
I don't know, we'll see.
We're seeing a lot more Mercy play the games today.
A lot of reses today. Yeah, too easy lauding his Widow play.
And this is, I think, this was the res right at the end, wasn't it? Or no, I don't think this is the final. Maybe. Anyways. No, it wasn't. That was not quite the final push.
1 second shy of 7 minutes is the time set, but it could have been a lot worse. I like that Impulse was able to kind of gut it out there towards the end, put together good defense. I think they held that last for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, which makes the time not impossible to beat. Still the time on the quicker side, just shy of 7 minutes, but beatable. I think Impulse has a shot at taking this map.
Yeah, Impulse definitely. I mean, anytime you have a time to beat of, 6.5 to 7 to even 8 minutes, that's all very, very beatable. It leaves it at least some degree of opportunity, and you don't feel as much pressure either. It's not the same as when a team sets an offensive round of 3 minutes and you're just feeling all doom and gloom because if you lose one push, you're done.
Yeah, those 3 and 4 minute times are just absolutely brutal because then it's so much pressure, and if you die once, if you're the first death on your team, you feel like you just cost them the match. But not the case here. That defense at the end really put it together. So a beatable time. We're going to see what they come out with on offense here from Impulse11. Looking to make a name for themselves against a very established team in Reunited GG.
Yep. So taking a look at the defense of Reunited GG as it is assembling here. One of those Lucios almost certainly just a speed boost out. Too easy, who will be on Symmetra. Voltage is going to be on the McCree. Winghaven on the Reinhardt and Unfixed on the Junkrat, and I'm not actually sure they're going to run a single Lucio. We have seen Cruz on Lucio in the past, so maybe he will be the true Lucio, but we have seen teams run without Lucio a little bit more often nowadays.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Morte goes to. He's generally doesn't play the Lucio. He's usually on a Mercy or even a Zenyatta, but they might be feeling that Sound Barrier is the answer to this. Offensively, though, they're going to be running Reinhardt. That's going to be played by Clever, sorry. Zebosai will be playing Pharah. He will be followed around by his buddy Likely on the Mercy. Hysterica will be playing Lucio. Nevix on the offensive Widow for now, and IDDQD, the player, not the team, on McCree.
Yep, and we do have Morte switching off to that Zenyatta, so general stuff, or usually standard stuff coming out of Reunited. I wouldn't have been too surprised to see him go on the Mercy either, what we've seen recently. A lot more Mercy play in the last few weeks as well.
I wouldn't have been super surprised on the double Lucio. I mean, we've seen double Lucio in compositions from the beginning of time. It's fallen a little bit out of favor, but teams have run it before in the past with pretty decent success. Sometimes on offense just to get the speed going as much as possible.
I'm going to note that Unfixed is a true hero here because he is on Joker Junkrat.
Oh, it's such a cool skin, isn't it?
It is an incredibly cool skin. I'm not actually sure it's called Joker Junkrat.
It's called Jester Junkrat, for copyright purposes, I believe.
Is Joker something that, I mean, Joker in the context of DC character with what he looks like is copyright. I don't know if the term Joker...
No, it's, well, you can't.
That's a call for the lawyers.
Term like that, no.
Anyways, looking at here, the defense is setting up. Reunited, or Impulse now on the attack versus the Reunited defense, and we'll see what they do on this first push.
Yeah.
Both teams still at 100% trading poke for positioning here. No team losing someone just yet, but these Junkrat bombs looking awfully threatening to start out the game.
Yeah, they were trying to get some pressure over the top with Pharah. They did not find an opening there. Their combo is still running, but oh my god,
they just got destroyed on both the front and back ends. Morte able to take out Pharah in the back, but really just Reunited collapsed on that on both ends and able to take out the push outright.
Yeah, let's pretend that first minute didn't happen is what the offense is thinking. They're going to all die. They're all going to re-come up, but defense is going to have the ultimate advantage even more so now as all the damage they put on is going to charge those ultimates. We'll be seeing a teleporter come down very soon. Too Easy already has it.
Yep, and now also Earthshower is going to be up for Winghaven in just a moment. There it is, the Fire Strike giving him the necessary ultimate charge. He's going to be looking for that in this next fight for sure. There is a defensive Resurrect though, so because Mercy just charges ult so incredibly fast. Voltage takes out Nevix. One player advantage so far for Reunited on this push. Oh, Earthshower could be coming down any second now. And Winghaven actually holding on to it for a moment. I thought he was going to use it. Doesn't use it, gets taken out instead. So both teams getting in their shots here, but still a rough go for Impulse so far. They have to take out the teleport at some point as well.
Yeah, it feels like they're very spread out here, just kind of all different segments of the house. They're trying to get back together, but they're dying slowly.
Yep, 3 kills for the defense so far. Morte, Voltaja doing some work. Zebosai gonna have to back out there. Anyone who had died is back in off the teleporter. We do see Tire coming in from Unfixed. Unfixed looking to get value off this. Everyone's running back, though, so we'll see just what this Tire might do. Tire not going to do anything, but even when it doesn't do anything, it still does it. It forces people back.
Yeah, almost every ultimate has an effect, at least mentally, on the other team and on their position. Here comes a big push, though.
Here comes the barrage potentially coming in over the top from Zebosai. Zebosai gets behind, good flank, aided by IDDQD. 3 kills right now for the offense. Resurrect gonna come up, bring Zebosai back up. This is looking very promising now for Impulse as they move forward. Space Frog Lucio getting juggled, not dead yet, however. But look at the point, it is all red right now. People are coming in off the teleporter though, so a little bit of an opportunity, but just not in time. Point will go to Impulse.
Yeah.
And they're actually gonna wipe up some of these respawns as well.
It was a nice Earth Shatter too. That resurrection really came perfectly timed. They wanted to continue the fight even with their losses. There was no resurrection available on defense. Of course, that teleporter somewhat substitutes resurrection, but a little bit slower, not the instant impact, and you saw it. They're able to take the point, and now already have a decent presence on the rooftops.
Yep, controlling the rooftops is very, very important for Hollywood Streets phase. In fact, getting momentum, it's, in a way, if you really want your offensive push that takes point A to be so decisive that it lets you get set up in the streets, you don't want it to be sort of a mid-league thing where the defense is already set up, because that's where you can get stalled out for a really, really long period of time. We do have the defensive sound barrier coming out, Reunited trying to push in off of this. Graviton Surge is out. Down goes one member for the defense. Both teams trying off kills, looking at Zebo. Zebo trying to chase this down. Perhaps not the most ill-advised push in from the defense as they are getting mopped up. Zebosai and IDDQD combining for a whole ton of kills, and Impulse11 gonna move forward.
They are flying through the street space. They still have a pretty decent amount of time left. I think I've got about 3:20 on my clock here. Yeah, I mean, they're rolling through this. They have offensive ultimates up. They can even afford to sack and get resurrected if need be, but they're holding good pressure on this door. I think they're going to try to defend coming out this other door. It might be a big fight here.
Yeah, I think we might see a barrage coming out from Zebosai any moment right now. Zebosai is going in for the barrage right now as we speak. Deadeye is up for the defense, but it doesn't matter. 5 kills for the offense there off the power of IDDQD and Zebosai. They have just been the Bash Brothers this game, absolutely dominating in the streets phase and beyond. I mean, the kill feed is all Zebosai and IDDQD right now.
Yeah, they haven't lost a player in quite some time.
Yeah, no, they have been absolutely just wrecking in this last part of the game, and they are making some great time here versus Reunited.
Yeah, they're holding pretty far forward too. This is a great spot to hold. Zebo's going to be very safe unless there's a sniper out there just kind of poking away, chipping away at shields, charging up his ultimate yet again with those damage boosted rockets.
And we see IDDQD creeping here a little bit. Doesn't have a Deadeye or anything, but still looking for anyone that might be coming in over the top. Has Flashbang at the ready, looking to get a pickoff here if he can. And there he is, moving in, actually looking for some poking on Voltaja. That's brave, given Voltaja's counter poke.
Right.
But here they come. Voltaja is able to take out Nevix. It's 1 down for the Impulse11 side. IDDQD, though, striking right back, taking out 2 easy. Zebo on cruise. And again, 3 kills between Zebosai and IDDQD as they move in. Voltaja versus IDDQD. IDDQD going to take him out. And now the momentum is in favor of Impulse11. Winghaven in trouble. IDDQD gang behind him. Doesn't fan the hammer just yet. Down he goes.
Yeah,
and now Impulse11 very much on the verge of taking this map from Reunited.
Yeah, all off the back of another huge resurrection. Well timed. They're staying in the fight, staying alive. They're all on the cart. Wow.
And there it is. They grabbed it. So off the play of IDDQD and Zebosai towards the end, Impulse11 going to even up the series 1-1. We are going to map 3.
They're a much better team when they don't play hesitantly. I mean, I haven't seen a ton of them. Obviously, this is my first read on it. But when they get to be aggressive, they can play very well.
Yep, so GG is being exchanged here. So, Reunited now going to have to fight for their lives in the round of 8 as Impulse11 giving them everything they can and more going into map number 3.
Yeah, they crushed that time.
Yeah, the time remaining, they had at least like a minute and a half to a minute 45 left when they capped, so they didn't just beat the time, they beat it with significant time to spare.
Okay, I gotta jump out of client real quick, but invite me back again momentarily.
We'll see.
Wow, please. I forgot to ask please. That was my fault. I was being rude.
Yeah, no, I mean, the please really does matter. So, there you go. Your camera disappeared for a second. It's like you're out of game, out of everything, but now you're back.
I don't know. Who knows?
So, Impulse11 definitely showing us some good stuff here today. I mean, even if Impulse11 were to lose in the next round, having this good of a showing against Reunited, that's very promising.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've already made a name for themselves, in my opinion. That's crazy good. I really like when they're playing aggressively. Defensively, they struggle a little bit when they're being approached from multiple angles. Again, this is on like 2 games worth of footage, so kind of just taking what I can from the information. But they look when they were able to play aggressively like that. And earlier when they struggled on offense was when they were discorded, kind of dancing around, afraid to go in. But when their back was against the wall against the timer, they played better. And yeah, I this is it's very impressive overall. It's just all I have to say.
Oh. Also, I believe the third map here that we're going to round out the series will be Numbani.
Okay, you
I think actually, unless I'm totally having a short-term memory loss, I think the first time we've seen Numbani today as well.
It is the first time we saw Nimbani today.
So getting some Numbani, and a little bit interesting. We've had weeks where Numbani has been in every matchup as the first map, but yeah, that tends to vary from time to time. But we're gonna get some Numbani in for map number 3. It will be the decisive map, and Numbani is actually one of the best litmus tests for where Zenyatta double orb type stuff really is, because Numbani was hallmarked for just being absolutely dominated by those double orb strats prior to this last patch.
Yeah, it was actually the first map we ever really saw like super aggressive Genji Tracer on because of that orb kind of play, and it was before double orb really took off. It was weeks and years ago. It was like I want to say Shore4. It was before Google Me was Cloud9. Shore4. Who was the other Genji we very Soup Base? Way
Yeah,
long
Soup
ago.
Base.
That was like week 2, the beginning of time. But we saw the potential of that strategy to work out very well. Now, of course, it's going to be very different.
Yeah, Soup Base. I wonder what happened to him. I think he still might be playing the game. I definitely see him in Puzz from time to time. But yeah, Soup Base was one of the first people I saw. I was like, wow, this guy has really made himself a good Genji.
He was floating around on Team Vile, who splintered off. You know, a lot of those mid-level North American teams have just been roster all over the place. But I haven't seen him on a roster in quite a bit.
Yep, so right now we are waiting for Winghaven to get back from AFK. He had to go bio break or something along those lines. So we're just going to wait for him to get back, and then we'll be getting into map number 3. This is going to be the third map between Reunited and Impulse11. And while we're on that note, by the way, we haven't plugged it too much, but if you guys take your best plays from plays.tv, you can go plays.tv, add it to your Chrome extension, make your own replays, and our admins will be selecting the best replays that you guys send forward, and we'll be showing to you before the next round as we get into the semifinals.
Yeah, and you know, while we have a little bit of free time, you guys like free stuff? I like free stuff. Exclamation point G2A will give you the details on how to win a copy of Overwatch for yourself. We're giving away a copy for every tournament we do. And if you've been with us for any modicum of time, you know that we do Saturdays and Sundays, so 2 chances to win a copy of Overwatch. That is exclamation point G2A. They've been hooking us up with money in the prize pool too. We're so happy to have them on board. Of course, DX Racer's been with us for a bit. You want a DX Racer chair? Exclamation point DX Racer in chat as well. They'll be giving away a chair on April 3rd. Go to the deets with that as well. I'm sure the admins can help you out too. And of course, we're still doing Matcherino. That's exclamation point Matcherino. So many exclamations today. It takes you to our tournament page. You throw that, you know, sign in, whatever. We got a code for you. GGEU9 is the code. Throw $1. Donate in for free. If you feel like throwing in on top of that, then of course do that. And of course, our initial sponsors, Old School, since we're kicking it old school today, got to give a big shout out to Rock Hat. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. I'm out of breath. There we go.
You did good. You did good, Hex. You did good.
I did okay.
It was good buying in.
Got to buy in.
Got to buy in. So, waiting right now for both teams to ready up. In fact, we are getting in on Numbani, loading in as we speak.
Yeah, there were some questions earlier. People were knowing, like, why aren't we seeing Roadhog or Diva? Are there bans? There are no bans in our tournaments. There are no hero limits in our tournaments. We let the scene kind of grow organically as much as possible, as metas rise, as metas fall. You know, actually, who's been doing a really good job of keeping the meta in check has been Blizzard themselves. Very aggressive patch notes recently. We've seen the game change a ton. Anyone who tells you there's a stale meta in Overwatch doesn't watch as much Overwatch as they should, which is all.
So taking a look at the defense here for the Impulse11 side, we got Clever on Reinhardt, Zebosai on the Junkrat, Nevix on McCree, IDDQD on Bastion,
yes,
likely on Mercy, and Hysterica on Symmetra. And I don't think that's a troll pick. I think we're legit gonna see some Bastion here today.
Yeah, he might run into the hook of Balotaja, who was oddly enough off of McCree to begin with. He will be playing Roadhog. Unfixed will be on Genji, Cruz on Lucio, Winghaven on Symmetra, Morte on Zenyatta, and Too Easy on Tracer. So a variation of Double Orb, but of course only a single Zenyatta in it, and they're going to add a Roadhog into the mix too.
Yep, so Genji still alive and well in the body. Nevix's first kill of the game, though, is able to just take out 2EZ relatively easily. And yes, we're looking at the Bastion right now because Bastion's where the plays are going to happen. At least I hope. We're either going to see Bastion do really good things or we're going to watch him explode into a pile of parts.
Oh, it's fun either way. I think he's going to get damage boosted here, though, for sure. They're going to Roid Rat it up for a little bit. Then when people come in a little bit, they're going to throw that beam onto IDDQD.
Yeah, and right now, Reunite having some issues getting the point. 2EZ does scoot through, gets the backline, might be coming in on this Mercy any moment. Likely has to be careful, because now Tracer's back, she can get up and around at any point. And here comes the full offense of IDD, or of Reunited as they move forward. They are getting in on top of the point. 2EZ with a quick kill onto the Bastion. So Bastion not going to get the most value to start things out here today. Both teams trying out some kills, but Reunited definitely the momentum so far on this push. Cruz and Winghaven, 3 kills overall. Make it 4 for the Reunited side, and they're taking firm control at this point, and the payload's going to be moving quicker than Impulse11 might have liked.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. You don't often see even the first point captured here. That's a pretty quick capture point for Reunited. Yeah, the Bastion, we've seen teams try and try again. They are trying to bring Bastion into the meta unsuccessfully, as it were. But offensively, now we have a Torb. We saw IDDQD run this yesterday.
Yeah, the offensive Torb has done pretty good work. Zebosai is going to kill the turret at the very least. Taking a look at Unfixed here. One thing to note with Unfixed is that you notice from Genji since the patch that even when they have a Zenyatta, they're not being anywhere near as aggressive. I feel like last patch Unfixed would be near the enemy spawn by this point, but not the case here today.
Yeah,
that being said, the Dragon Blade is coming out from Unfixed. He's looking to get value, slicing and dicing. Not able to finish off the Mercy, though. Mercy was able to get away. Zarya is going to go down, but he came very close to getting the Mercy. Arguably should have gotten the Resurrect on the Zarya is there. 2EZ, though, in the back is able to bomb out the Mercy, if nothing else. 2EZ still looking for it. Is going to get sniped up by Zebosai. So Zebosai getting some good snipes in so far. Looking for Morte. Not able to do it, though. Unfixed coming in off the backside. And while it's a little bit of a brawl here, definitely going in favor of Reunited now.
Yeah, they've definitely got the Unfixed with a couple good kills there towards the end. That's going to really stagger the deaths even more so. They should have a pretty free path to this point. I heard a teleporter come down. I believe that is offensively, and they are going to make quick time to the second point.
Reunite in general is absolutely blazing fast so far. This is, if Impulse is not able to hold a good defense here for at least another 3 or 4 minutes, I gotta say that this game is going to go to Reunited. I mean, maybe they'll have a great point A defense, who knows, but this is not looking good.
Their last point defense has been good so far, but a huge brawl coming down. Oh, nice. Earth Shatter stops that tracks.
Yeah, that Earth Shatter is pretty good, but he doesn't kill Cruz! Cruz was saved before he hit the wall! So Cruz not dying to that pin. Voltaja that has the turret going back on. Heart of Arc pays off. Zebosai and IDDQD, though, able to get a kill each. Momentum potentially going the other way. We have Morte with the offensive Transcend, so gonna help heal up. Zebosai, though, absolutely on a rampage. Has people in his sights, moving forward, adding on to his already impressive kill count, chasing us down. Nice. That was something like a quad kill for Zebosai there, so the defense of Impulse11 going to stabilize at least a little bit.
Absolutely fearless. Even Discorded, he charges forward, able to take down and stagger 3 kills. They're coming through top, though. IDDQD lets them know. Takes down 1, though.
Yeah, defensive sound barrier is out now for Impulse11. Clever takes out the teleporter. Not much else other than that, though, so it's going to slow the offense by a bit, but maybe they would have been better suited by saving the defensive sound barrier just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think they were expecting a bigger fight there than what happened, but they were all coming through top. IDQD was able to sniff that out, though. It's so important to keep eyes on where the team's aggressing from.
Deadeye is able to take out Cruz, 1 down for United. Looking here, Reunited, you see the Genji in the back. Gotta be thinking about Dragon Blade at any point here. Doesn't want to do it while low on HP. Voltage and Winghaven able to get a kill each. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Mercy in his sights, looking for the takedown of Mercy. Is able to get it, but IDDQD with the punish. Still very much the heart of the defense for Impulse11 here is IDDQD.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the offensive turret up, and, you know, Molten Core is ready. Molten Core does come out, but after the turret dies, so that turret is not going to be affected by that. Only a beefed-up Torbjorn right now.
Not that you want to underestimate beefed-up Torbjorn. It's pretty powerful. Morte coming in with the offensive transcends. 3 kills now for the Reunited side. Make it 5 kills. Just a really good series of them off the Molten Core, off the Transcends. Now they're moving in, and this is now do or die time for Impulse. I think they need to buy themselves more time here, because I'm not sure they're going to be able to
they're not going to be able to stall.
Beat this.
Let's break it. Go!
Something got broken, all right, but it wasn't Lucio's beat. Man. So, really nice stuff coming up from Reunited. A very impressive time, and I think Impulse is going to be very, very hard-pressed to beat this on their run.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They're going to have to go very fast. It might affect their strategy and the compositions they bring out.
There it is, that offensive transcendence doing a lot of value there. 4:57 is a time that we've seen faster times than Numbani, but not much faster.
I mean, the biggest problem I think they're going to run into is taking first point in a reasonable time and then keeping it going after that. Of course, it's difficult as well, but first point can be a absolute pain to take. We've seen teams struggle with it. You need huge coordination. I don't know if they've been playing long enough to really pull that off, but it's possible they get in there and just DM the hell out of them. IDDQD has shown that he's been able to add to that as well. And as well as Zebo, so maybe they get in, hit a couple decent picks, but they're gonna have to they're gonna have to take first point before they even reach the ultimate stage of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. So moving into the next round here, it's gonna be up to Impulse11 to set a blazing fast time. We'll see if they can do it. In the past, teams definitely would have clutched on double orb to do that, but that is not so much an option in our new Overwatch patch.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, they did run the variation of the orb, and it looked pretty good on offense. I mean, is it a variation? I guess it's just an offensive thing. They only ran one Zen, but then they were able to put in... It was all the flavors of the double orb that we've seen before. You have the Lucio as a 6, you have a Roadhog as a 6, kind of just flex that in and out. You run a Genji and a Tracer. But with the one orb, you know, you can't really... I mean, running a Tracer I think is necessary. You're not going to see the double Genji comp anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, the double Genji comp, I mean, it was really powered by the fact that you would have both Genjis be orbs, and then both Genjis, if you won a fight, it was great. It was powerful for the fight, but its most powerful aspect, arguably, was the fact that you could take the fight to the enemy team way in advance and still have that great healing on you. So now that the line of sight changes, the Zenyatas would have to go up as well, and that would really expose them more so than they would probably like. But looking at the defense from Reunite as it comes out, we got Cruz on the Symmetra, Voltaja on the McCree, Too Easy on the Tracer, Morte on Zenyatta, and Winghaven on Reinhardt, and Unfixed rounding things out on the Junkrat.
Yeah, offensively, we might see some offensive Widow play, but we are going to see a little variation of the standard offensive comp. Likely will be on Zenyatta. Hysterica will support everyone with Symmetra. IDDQD on Tracer. Nevix on Genji. Clever will be playing Lucio, and, well, someone switched off. We have a second Tracer with Zebo. Nevix is now on Widowmaker. So double Tracer coming in.
Yep, Double Tracer. Double Tracer has seen do a lot of work in the past. It's been very, very effective, more so on King of the Hill maps and perhaps Payload, but even on Payload, we've seen it do its work. So the timer is set. 4:57 is the time now for Impulse11 if they want to stay alive in this tournament and move on to the semifinals to meet Luminosity Gaming.
Yep, former mix-up waiting for the winner of this game. Already, though, I'm impressed with Impulse11. I hope they were able to kind of stabilize
Voltaja with a super quick kill on the IDDQD. Starting out the game with a bang. Peacemaker shots on point. 2 kills now for Reunited. And Impulse11 might just have to back up a bit and wait for some heroes to respawn.
That is a brutal way to start a game that you really have to set a good time for. You would really like that kill feed to be going the other direction.
Yep, Too Easy able to take out Likely, so far kill feed very much in favor of Reunited. Impulse not quite getting going just yet. Looking at Nevix. Nevix looking for the picks. Too Easy with 2 kills on Tracer, including killing the other Tracer, so Too Easy making the defensive Tracer work. Looking at Nevix. Nevix trying to get McCree here. Doesn't quite have a shot. Might get blown up by this Pulse Bomb, not quite, but Lucio certainly is blown up. And Too Easy absolutely going ham in the back line. And this is just not the start that Impulse11 wanted to go forward with here.
Yeah, Too Easy is crushing dreams and hopes. Impulse11 not with a kill yet this game. Voltaja takes out the Tracer. The double Tracer is the core of this composition. They need to get in and get kills and stay alive to really snowball this momentum to set the fast times. So far, absolutely bupkis for the Tracers.
Look at this, Likely in Too Easy sights. Now very, very likely to die. No pun intended. Down he goes. Too Easy in the back end. Draw some fire. Nevix going to take him out, but not before he gets to the support. Dead there. So Nevix now going up off the grapple, looking for a few extra picks here if he can get them. Voltaja takes out Zebo's side though, and really the Tracers have just been getting absolutely shut down on the Impulse11 side so far.
Yeah, not looking great. I think they've got 1 kill total for their team, and it was a Nevix snipe. Not going great, and they're already running a little low on time, about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, only 3 minutes left. I mean, if they go another 30 seconds without capping this, I'd almost be tempted to call GG. It wouldn't mathematically be over, but for a team like REUNITED to fall that hard over the course of the map and let them push as quick as they need to complete the map, very unlikely.
Okay, offensive teleporter up. They're going to try to get some work done. Hysterica dies for that positioning, though. There goes the teleporter. Nevix gets in on Valotaja, but it's going to be a little
no.
late.
Morte just kicks Zebosai in the face. So again, not quite getting the push they want there. Morte gonna go down though, likely. So now a little bit of value coming out from the Impulse11 side, but really they're a bit away from actually taking the point. And if they do cap it now, 2 minutes 25 seconds left, it's got to be a mathematical GG sooner rather than later here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let them play it out, maybe regain some confidence and whatnot. I liked what they did today.
Oh, the Junkrat trap takes out Zebosai. He was not expecting that. Pulse Bomb goes out from the offense, doesn't connect. Valotage and Morte with a kill each, and this is just looking absolutely dominant by REUNITED thus far.
Yeah, it's been a tough road here for Impulse11. I think it's going to be a tough way to end their day, but they should be pretty proud of where they can. I mean, for a team that just formed, to take a map off of REUNITED is no small feat.
Definitely. So, yeah, a minute 45 left. I'm willing to call this GG in favor of REUNITED here. I don't think it's mathematically possible for them to go forward and cap this, but a good showing by Impulse11 nonetheless. Nice dead eye coming up from Valotaja towards the end. But yeah, I mean, Impulse11 definitely has a lot to feel proud of here. They took REUNITED to 3 maps. They had a very good showing on this map that they won. And they'll be a force from here on out, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely something to watch. And then also, you know, Team Unknown played Impulse11 pretty close too, so who knows what they'll be doing in our next set of brackets as well. So the scene in Overwatch and EU constantly changing, constantly evolving. A couple new upstarts today, and we know with rosters maybe kind of stabilizing, the people who maybe missed a chair and musical chairs of those rosters are going to be forming their own teams and are going to be out for revenge.
Yeah, and this is just what you see in esports in general, where if you're not a top 2 team, you just see all the other teams that aren't top 2 just go continually revamp their rosters. The new is old, the old is new, so on and so forth. And you know, eventually you end up with a whole bunch of top tier contenders. Valotaja, of course, at the final deadeye at the end.
I thought they were
and GGs are being called. They know it's GG. We know it's GG. So 35 seconds, we'll see play of the game. But nice stuff coming out from Impulse11. Not enough to take out REUNITED, but enough to make an impression on both us and hopefully you guys, the viewers, as well.
Yeah, we're going to be able to bring you a pretty sick semi-final, though, as Mix-Up, now Luminosity Gaming, recently acquired, recently sponsored, congrats to them, will be going against REUNITED.
Yeah, it should be a good game. And that's a game where really I could see either team taking it. REUNITED, it's a little bit less so that we count on this, but REUNITED is sort of one of the more inconsistent teams. I do think they've gotten more consistent as time goes on, but you know, given what we've seen from both Luminosity and REUNITED in recent memory, I would not be surprised to see either team take that series.
No, either way. Absolutely either way. Of course, I know that Mix-Up is going to want to prove their sponsors correct for signing them and put on an absolute show, but REUNITED has stabilized their roster with the addition of Cruz. They've looked better in recent weeks. They were great in Beta 1. I'm going to have to check match history between the two. I have to think that they faced off at least once or twice. Should be a great semifinal, and then you would imagine the winners will be going off against IDDQD in the finals, but we'll have to check brackets on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you go by our GosuGamer rankings and what we expect to happen, then yes, IDDQD would be expected to be in the finals. But hey, we've seen big upsets in the past, and you never know until you actually win the game. It's not guaranteed that you're actually going to win the game.
Yeah, but until someone beats IDDQD, I'm gonna assume that they're winning.
Yeah, IDDQD has definitely bought themselves the benefit of the doubt, if nothing else. So that being said, this is the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly EU Cup. We're going to be taking a short break as we prep for our semifinals. It's going to be REUNITED versus Luminosity Gaming. Should be a good one. You won't want to miss it. And we'll be back in about 6 minutes. Stay tuned, guys.